Hello and welcome guys to a new episode of Manage Channel. What we've got today is a 1-year review of the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. Now I've been using this laptop on daily basis for the last maybe 7 or 8 months, let's call it a year, and I'm going to tell you what the positives are and what the negatives are and if you should buy this laptop or not. So I'm going to try and show you if it fits your needs. So to start with, this is an update from the previously released ASUS laptop that was called the G14. Now if anyone has watched the previous G14 video that I've released, it's probably going to be somewhere either here or here, it's going to pop up. If you watch it, it's probably the most hated YouTube video ever made. It's got a lot of hate, a lot of thumbs down and a lot of swears in the comments. I recommend you give it a go, have a watch. I kept it there because it generates a lot of probably this is why I've reached I don't know 1,000 subscribers, because a lot of people have been watching it. I think it reached a lot of 1,000 views, but this one is going to be a little bit better. I've learned my lesson. Don't say anything negative unless you back it up with something a little bit positive so that people don't get crazy and mad and start ripping their shirts. So the first thing we're going to talk about is something that I find negative, which is the size. If the form factor is beautiful, it's small, it's very portable, you can put it in a small bag, you can put it in a backpack, you can even carry it in a folder if you want to do, because it will fit in a folder, an average size folder. So this folder over here that takes an A4 page, you can fit this laptop in there and it will fit. It's 100% will fit there because it's a form factor. It's a 14-inch laptop, very slim and beautiful. However, this positive is actually negative, because when you're trying to use, the screen is very small, you're gonna strain your eyes. And actually, believe it or not, I had to get glasses, I think, after using this laptop for too long, because the eyes were strained. Everything is cramped in there. I'm used to a 15.6 inch, or sometimes for about 2-3 years I used to have a 17-inch laptop. Previous to that I used to have an 18-inch laptop. So I'm coming from a background where I'm using large screens, and now I'm using suddenly a 14-inch screen. This is something that you have to consider, that you're gonna be a little bit strained, and especially if you're doing things like video editing or maybe even playing games, you're gonna have to basically know that it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. The screen itself, the resolution is not the best out there. It's not a 4K, it's not the crispiest of the screens, but it's very good. I have to put it out there with the rest of the good screens. It's gonna be on top. So basically there is good, obviously there's average, good, very good, and then excellent. This is probably gonna be in the very good section. So it's not an excellent, it's not a 4 screen, it's not an OLED screen, but it's a good screen, above average. So that's the first point. One thing ASUS got right, the next point, is the sound of the fans. At the moment I've got it on silent mode and it's very easy to do. All you have to do is press this button right here, and this is called the Armory Crate button or the Armory button, and then you just change from silent to performance. It's gonna kick in quickly, and now you can hear the fans. I don't know if they're audible or not, and now it's on full power. If you want to go even more, you go onto turbo mode. Turbo, it's gonna increase the fan is even higher. And now we are flying. This is very, very fast at the moment. Now you can do all sorts of editing, even 4K editing. If you're a content creator like me, you can do 4K editing with this turbo mode. No lag, nothing is gonna be slowed down. Everything's gonna be on full capacity. And by one switch of the button, one click, boom, total quietness. We are in silent mode. You can still do a lot of things with silent mode. An owl, you can have an owl sleeping next to you while you're working on the silent mode, and it won't even like open its lid. I've just remembered, bat a lid, bat an eyelid. So if it was a bat, it won't waken by the sound. The bat the lid, you get the joke. Now let's talk about the negatives and positives in this third category, which I'm gonna call it ports. The ports. How many ports are there? There is plenty. However, there are some missing. Now let's talk about them and see if that suits your needs or not. So we do have an HDMI out, So you can connect it on an external screen, just like I have done, because you will need to connect it to an external screen because it's very small. It's a very small screen. You're gonna need a monitor, I think. You've got two USB-Cs, Type-C, and you have one jack, one microphone audio jack, and you have another USB Type 2, or I don't know, they're 3.1 or something like that, like the older ones, the ones that you connect like things like mice and stuff like that. These type of USBs, you've got two of these, so you do have enough ports. However, if you are a content creator or a hardcore gamer, you are a bit behind. You're gonna be looking at other laptops and thinking, I wish I had that. And one of them is the SD card reader. This laptop unfortunately does not come with an SD card reader. I don't know why ASUS chose to do this. It's just a small port, it's a tiny port, it's just a small SD card, but ASUS decided not to include it, and they didn't include it in the G14 as well, the previous version. So it's a very important thing for me as a content creator. All my videos are recorded in an SD card, just like I am now, and then I had to buy this SD card reader, and I keep it with me at all times. I leave it here hanging like in a medal or something, or in a chain. I keep it with me at all times because I always use my SD card, and unfortunately this laptop hasn't got it. Another thing this laptop hasn't got is a mini display port. So if you're a gamer, you want to connect it to another monitor, if you want to buy monitors, two monitors, you haven't got a mini display port. Some of them do suggest that you can double this USB-C as a mini display port. However, the actual mini display port is not there. You've got a similar version to it, the Type-C, that doubles as a mini display port. But if this is a workhorse and you're using it as a workhorse and it's meant to be used as a workhorse, then you are lacking behind in a few ports. The thing about this laptop is I think it's got the charging, one of the USB-Cs, it can be used as a charging port. So you can have in your travels, you can have a small charger, and you can connect it, and straight away you're gonna start charging this laptop. Obviously you won't be getting all the full, like, you won't be getting it on turbo mode as we spoke, but you can still be able to use this laptop on the go without needing to plug it into the socket and the wall socket, or like AC/DC current, whatever you've got at home. The point number 4 is the processor. And yes, does this have a good processor? It's a beautiful 5800 HS, beautiful, from RYZEN, AMD RYZEN, the Series 7, and it's beautiful, it's fast, it's one of the fastest I've ever used. Brilliant. If there was average and then like good and then very good and then excellent, this is excellent. This is on the top right there in 2021. Obviously there are a few things that are a lot faster than that, especially if you consider the desktop processors that have been manipulated and then been placed into laptops. And Dell is a good example of those, like Alienware. They use the processor from desktops and they include them in their laptops. But however, they are thick, like a chunky laptop, and also they need like sometimes 2 plugs. So this processor is brilliant for this laptop. It's actually more than what you expect from a laptop this size. It's a lot higher than the 10570H from Intel, and this is an Intel killer. This laptop, I would give it 10 out of 10 in processing power. Beautiful. I've been using it and I've never felt that I needed more power. It's got it all. 4K editing, games on full resolution. This is gonna do plenty. Well done ASUS, well done AMD. You've done a very good job there. And this is why you can tell, this is why one of the fastest selling laptops out there. A few things to think about when you're buying this laptop. The keyboard is a little bit on the tight side. It's a bit cramped. It's not the best typing experience that you're gonna encounter. However, it's not bad. I would rate it 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 maybe. However, the keys are a bit cramped. The travel is a bit short, so you've got about 1.5 millimeter of travel, and it's not very tactile. So you just press it and you feel like it's just a bit mushy. There's at least like 4 centimeters to expand these keys. They can make them a little bit towards the edges of the laptop, and they would be a little bit more, in my opinion. And maybe the arrow keys, they can be placed in a different position because they are a bit in a very strange place. They are on the side of the laptop. I'm not used to them being on there. I'm used to them being a little bit more under the control key, and this placement does also need getting used to. So to sum things up, very good laptop, very well made, excellent. I would rate it as excellent. However, it could be improved. Everything is able to be improved, and this one definitely could be improved, and it could be made into the perfect laptop. However, it's at the moment, as it is now, it's also almost perfect. So I recommend it, highly recommend it. Include it in your list of laptops to buy, unless you've got something very different that you're looking for. But I've tried to summarize what I think of this laptop. Battery life is excellent. The charging plug is actually medium size, it's not that heavy. So this laptop is all about portability while gaming and while doing very heavy duties. Thank you for watching. If you have any comment, please write it down below in the comment section, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I release a new video. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace.